Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for another life lesson. This lesson actually been on my mind for a good minute because when I think about, I feel like there's a mechanic in this game that a lot of people tend to overlook. And it's the way you wake up. Yes, it is the way you wake up. We have 3 wake up options in this game. Normal recovery, which we call quick rise, back recovery, and no recovery. So I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate this playing Balrog and going against Balrog because I feel like people give Balrog too much respect. I don't know how to get Balrog off. I don't know where to contest Balrog at. I don't know his stuff. So with these 3 wake up options, how to make offensive player have to guess how they're gonna pressure you on wake up. Oh, actually no, my bad. Let me switch costumes. I gotta do it for the culture. All right, we gotta take the robe off. V skill 2, trigger 2. Alright, so Street Fighter 5, general, straight out the gate, they give us 3 different ways to wake up, just like I said, right? And if you go to your settings, you will see these 3 different options right here. You see normal recovery, like I said, which is called quick rise. You got back recovery, and then you got no recovery. Let me go ahead and demonstrate all 3. So boom, that's normal recovery. You get straight up. Back recovery. You take a slight step back, meaning there's a few more frames of getting up compared to a normal recovery. Your no recovery, you just delay your wake up. The no recovery, it basically sets up for frame kills. I feel like no recovery, it tends to lead to more deadly setups because frame kills are something that make a certain button hit extra meaty. And when I say extra meaty, I mean extra meaty. And I'm gonna go into that a little bit later. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the difference between normal recovery and back recovery. So like I said, normal recovery, you get straight up. Back recovery, you take a slight jump back and then you get up. So the difference between this, 5 frames. It may not seem as much, but when it comes down to actually waking up, getting up and making your opponent have to realize whether you're quick rising or back recovering, it's a huge difference. Now the opponent has to guess on how they're going to pressure you. So with that being said, let me go ahead and go into a few examples on what I mean by this. And before I actually do this, now with this being said, think about all the times that people wake up with buttons, right? Sometimes you see people wake up with buttons off quick rise. You sometimes see people wake up buttons back recovery, my bad. This is because there's a mind game between these two. So mid screen, right? It's common for somebody to back rise mid screen because they're trying to get away from their opponent. They're not realizing that they're pushing themselves into the corner faster, but when it comes down to back recovering, it's 5 extra frames on wake up. If your opponent reads the back recovery, they're about to get a meaty setup they normally wouldn't get off a quick rise. So keep that in mind. So first setup that I want to go into that utilizes back recovery over normal recovery is EX straight enders, right? So it's common for Balrogs to end combos mid-screen with EX low, and it's very common for people to back roll. This is the situation that gets created when they decide to back roll. I just hit a meaty roundhouse, which is plus 25 on hit, meaning I get a free dash up. I get a free dash up after this because they decided to back roll. Oh, my bad, I did it too late. I get a free dash up roundhouse, all because they decided to back roll mid screen. This setup worked when your opponent decides to back rise 2 or 3 times, right? So it's more of a read, and this is why it's a read. If I set this to normal recovery and I go to roundhouse, it gets beat. It gets beat. You know why it gets beat? Because dash up on quick rise is only plus 5. My roundhouse is 8 frames, 9 frames. I think it's 9 frames. Yeah, 9 frames. There's a 4F gap right here. So this is where the mind game comes in at. When you back recovery X amount of time, you're giving your opponent a read. Giving your opponent a read that, okay, he's going to back rise. So this is when you need to switch up and to go quick rise. So if you decide to go with quick rise and you decide to 3 frame, you're going to beat the setup that they thought was going to work because at first they thought that you was going to back recover. So when people say, oh, my character needs a DP, oh, my character needs some sort of get off, I feel like those are the people that's not utilizing what Street Fighter 5 is giving you. So that's the first setup. Another one is after EX straight. Not gonna lie, back rise like 85% of the time. Yeah, it's common to do that. So this is why I feel like this is a common mechanic that's overlooked. It's very overlooked, highly overlooked actually. Because with this knowledge being known, it's gonna increase your defense. As you're waking up, you're playing mind games with the person that's on offense. They now have to guess, not even guess, they have to pay attention to how you're waking up. If they're the type of person that trained their eye to actually see the wake up animation, whether it's going to be a quick rise or a back rise, they can do that. It's not common. I mean, yeah, you have your players that do it, but even at high ranking tournament matches, people still get away with waking up 3 frame because they can't realize it fast. You Yes, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. The person that's looking at this TV screen, this phone screen, this monitor, whatever you may be looking at me at. If I had your attention this whole time in the video, it's obvious I had you locked in because you wanted to know how to play Street Fighter V when it comes down to defense and how to make your opponent guess. Let me tell you something about what I'm doing. I have a milestone that I'm trying to hit on YouTube. Before 2021 is over, I'm trying to hit 5,000 subs. I'm not trying to go too high or too crazy. So if y'all enjoying the content, please feel free to hit the subscribe button. You know what hitting the subscribe button does? It alerts your phone when a young whippersnapper like me has uploaded. That's all it does. Help a brother out. Thank you. So the next common one for Balrog, right, is actually medium kick, medium punch, V skill turn punch, V skill dash cancel up in your face, right? Let me show you off the normal rise first. Bam. I'm +3 on the quick rise, +5 if I time it right. So with that setup right there, I'm expecting you to quick rise. But if you decide to back recovery, and I decide to do that, guess what? I get 3 frame now. My mind has auto track to get ready for quick rise. With this setup right here, it's kind of hard to really look at it, but that's still a mind game. The person on offense has to pay attention to how you're waking up. If you're not mixing up your wake up options, it's easy for the person on offense to auto track. It's common for them to auto track. So now, since I'm showing you these examples, now you understand why people wake up buttons when they wake up buttons. Because if you pay attention to how many times they did back recovery, and then that one time that they decide to quick rise and then button, you're going to be like, oh, this person just mashing buttons on wake up. He's not necessarily mashing buttons on wake up. He's trying his luck. He's trying to see if he has you conditioned for a back recovery. That's why he decided to challenge that one time off a quick rise. If he gets counter hit, then tough luck. This mechanic is easily overlooked and it really needs to be brought to people's eyes. So that's 2 setups. Actually, there's another. A lot of people get away with this. I didn't probably stress this about, I don't know how many times, right? If I do 3 frame target combo with Balrog, right? How often is it that you see a Balrog that's trying to V-skill cancel right here, right? This is a -2 situation. You know why this is a -2? Well, no, actually it's a -4 situation. -2 to -4. I can make it 0 depending on how fast I do it. You know why these setups are going like this? Is because the person is quick rising. If this person decides to back recovery mid-screen, I'm actually +1. This is why this setup is good versus not being good. It is common for people to back recovery. That's why Balrogs do that. But if you quick ride, you can take your turn back. This is why it's good to take note to what the opponent is doing, and then that's going to influence how you wake up, because the way you wake up is going to determine their frame advantage. I'm going to show one more with Balrog. All right, so let's go to the corner real quick. Right side. Oh no, left side, my bad. All right, so this is what I mean by it doesn't matter if you're in the corner, whether you quick rise or back rise, you're still in the corner, right? So this is why. You have setups that automatically time for both wake up animations when you're in the corner, right? So say I'm Balrog and I decide to do EX straight V skill cancel into that, right? Now I'm doing the medium V skill cancel, so I'm +2 on quick rise. My standard medium punch is 5 frames. So if I have a +2 situation, that beats wake up 3 frame. So just imagine if that's able to beat wake up 3 frame, do you think back rise is going to beat it? No, not at all. I'm actually getting extra frames to hit something extra meaty. So situations like this, it doesn't matter. Why? Because you're in the corner. If I do this mid screen, it's going to be different because the actual back animation is going to allow you to have that distance. So my standard medium will actually miss. And I can actually demonstrate that real quick. It's going to miss. And it's going to allow you to 3 frame. This is why it's good to mix up your options, y'all. Now, if you decide to quick rise, I get it. All right, so let me go ahead and demonstrate one more situation where this is actually key. So you have EX straight into V skill charge up. EX straight into V skill charge up, right? Oh wait, my bad, y'all. I forgot to mention this. There's 2 ways to get up. You can either hit D-pad to quick rise, or you can hit backdash to actually back rise. Since I play a charge character, I use my punches to quick rise and I use my kicks to back rise. So that allows me to hold my charge. So a situation between Balrog, and this is with V skill 2 trigger 2, right? So say Balrog decides to EX straight. Oh my bad, say Balrog decides to do that, right? And then I quick rise. I could punish that. You know why? because I quick rise. Now, does this work for back recovery? I actually don't know. I'm getting ready to showcase this, but I don't even know if it matters for back recovery because I still got a 9-frame startup EX straight, unless the distance created forces the EX straight to do the slow build up instead of the 9-frame build up. Right. So if I decide to back recovery in this situation, Balrog is going to get away with the charge up. He gets away with the charge up. Now, this doesn't count for everybody because everybody doesn't have a forward advancing move that allows them to punish these type of situations. Hey, why I'm still here? I don't know, bro. I think I had you locked in for that defense tech.